Hi guys, so today our lesson today is about factorization of one variable equation. So for example, if we have a general form, if we have a x squared plus 2x subtract 3, how can we factor out this one to become a product of two terms or product of two factors, like x subtract something times x subtract something. Okay, so we'll start from a general form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So here we have a coefficient of x squared is a, coefficient of x is b, and free coefficient is c. Okay, so how to factor this equation out? We only need to follow 4 steps, and then we can solve the problem. So the first step, we need to find the product of AC, like A times C equal to what number? For example, here, for the above example, x squared plus 2x subtract 3, A times C equal to negative 3, right? Because A equal to 1 and C equal to negative 3, so A times C equal to negative 3, yeah. Okay, so and then the step 2, we need to find own pairs of number that multiply with each other equal to AC. Okay, like, and step 3, we need to choose a pair of numbers above that their sum equal to negative b. So it means we need to choose a pair of numbers from the step 2 that their sum equal to negative b. Remember, negative b, not b. Okay, and then step 4, so let's say the pair of number in step 3 we find out is x1 and x2. Then we need to write the equation as x subtract x1 times x subtract x2. Okay, so it is the final answer. So now we'll go to example to see how 4 steps work. So the first example, let's say we have x squared subtract 5x plus 6. So here a equal to 1 because x squared, the coefficient of x squared is 1. And then b equal to negative 5 because the coefficient of x is a negative 5. And c is a free coefficient and it equals to 6. So because b equal to negative 5, so it means negative b here equal to 5. Okay, so now we'll follow the steps above. So step 1, we need to find a product of AC. So here the product of AC equal to 1 times 6, and it is a 6. Okay, and step 2, we need to find own pairs of numbers having their products as 6. So we have a 4 pairs of number, like 1 times 6 is a 6. Negative 1 times negative 6 also equal to 6. So 2 times 3 also equal to 6. And negative 2 times negative 3 also equal to 6. So that's the own pairs of numbers that we can find. That their product equal to 6. Okay. And now we go to step 3. We need to choose the pair whose sums equal to negative b. So negative b here is a 5, like I said before. So now we check 4 pairs of number above. So here we have a 4 pairs of number, and then we need to check them. So we have a 1 plus 6 equal to 7. So it's not 5. So we cross out. We reject it. And here we have a negative 1 plus a negative 6 equal to negative 7. So it's not 5. We also cross out. And here we have a negative 2 plus negative 3 equal to negative 5. So it's not 5. We also cross out. So the last one, we have a 2 plus 3 equal to 5. So yes, it equal to negative b here, right? So we take this one, okay? It is also the last pair. And then we go to step 4. We need to write it. So after we pick the pair 2 and 3, so it means x1 equal to 2 and x2 equal to 3. So we need to write it as a product of x subtract x1 it means x subtract 2 here, and then time with x subtract x2, it means x subtract 3 here. So here is the final answer. Okay, so very straightforward. Only need to follow 4 steps above, and then you have a the correct answer, the correct factorization. So now we go to example 2. Okay, so let's say we have a x squared plus let's say x squared plus 5x, no, not 5x, let's say 7x plus 10. So how can we factor out this one? So we also follow 4 steps above, but before doing that, we need to determine what is a, what is a b, and what is a c. So here a equal to 1, b equal to 7, and c equal to 10. So because b equal to 7, so negative b equal to negative 7. Okay, because we need to use the negative b, not b. Okay, and then we go to step 1. So a times c is mean equal to 1 times 10 equal to 10. Okay, and step 2, you need to find own pair numbers, own pairs of numbers that, you know, if they time with each other, then their product equal to 10. That their product equal to 10. Okay, and we have a 1 times 10 equal to 10. You have a negative 1 times negative 10 equal to 10. And then you have a 2 times 5 equal to 10. You have a negative 2 times negative 5 equal to 10. Okay, so that's all. You cannot find any other pairs of numbers that their products equal to 10 anymore. So now you need to go to step 3. Like we pick the pair of numbers that having their sum equal to negative 7, because it's a negative b, right? So we can calculate very quick. So 1 plus 10 equals to 11. So not. Negative 1 plus negative 10 equal to negative 11. So no. So we have a negative 2 plus a negative 5 equal to negative 7. Yes, that's what we need, right? And then 2 plus 5 equal to 7. So it's a positive. No, we don't take it because we need negative 7. So now, so after we already check, you know, the sum of own pairs of numbers to find out which pair we pick, and then we go to step 4. So we assign x1 equal to 2, and then x2 negative 2, and then x, because we take this pair, right? Right. So, and then x2 equal to negative 5. Then we write the equation as a factor of 2, this one. Okay, so we have a x subtract negative 2 times x subtract negative 5, because the 2 minus here become plus, so it's a plus 2, and here so similar plus 5, right? Because we have a 2 negative become positive. So that's the final answer. Okay, final answer. So what if we have a higher power, like it's not power 2, it is like power 4. So what can we do? So let's say to another example with higher power, because the general form we use above is for x squared, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so what if we have something higher power? Okay, so let's say if we have a x4 subtract subtract 11x plus subtract 11x squared and plus let's say plus 11x squared and then plus 30. Okay, so how can, no, not 30, maybe 30 is 3 times 10. I need to think about easier. So x4 plus, let's say, what is the easier one? 12x squared to plus 20. Okay, so how can we factor out this one? So you see the difference between this equation and the equation with ax squared plus bx plus c above. It's just the power. The power here is x4 and x squared, and the power we talked before is x squared and x, right? So we only need to do a little bit, a little trick, like we set x squared equal to t, right? We just change it to another variable, so to turn it to become the general form we know is ax squared plus bx plus c. So if we set x squared equal to t, then we have a x4 equal to t squared, right? We just square both sides, and then we have x4 equal to, and then your equation becomes we have a t squared plus 12t plus 20 12t. Okay, so now we already come back to the original form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we also have a equal to 1, b equal to 12, and then c equal to 20. And then we only need to follow the steps above. And because the b equal to 12, so we have a negative b equal to negative 12. Okay, and we also follow step 1, 2, 3, and 4. So step 1, AC equal to 1 times 20, and it is equal to 20. Okay, and step 2, you need to find own pair numbers. That product equal to AC, own pairs of numbers having their product equal to 20. Okay, and here we have a okay, 1 times 20 equal to 20. Negative 1 times negative 20 equal to 20. Okay, so we have a 2 times 10 equal to 20. We have a negative 2 times negative 10 equal to 20. We have a 4 times 5 equal to 20. and we have a negative 4 times negative 5 equal to 20. Okay, so here you can see we have a 6 pairs of numbers. So not 4 pairs anymore. We have a 6 pairs here. We have a list. We have to list our own pairs. Okay, so that's why that their product equal to 20. And here we have a 6 pairs. And now we go to step 3. Check their sum to see equal to negative b or not. Okay, and here negative b here is negative 12. Okay, so we have a 1 plus 20 equal to 21, so not. Negative 1 plus negative 20 equal to negative 21, so not. And then we have a 2 plus 10 equal to 12. It is a positive. We need negative 12, so not. We have a negative 2 plus a negative 12, negative 10 equal to negative 12. So this one okay. So it is negative 12 here. Okay, so this one work. So now 4 plus 5 equal to 9. No. Negative 4 plus a negative 5 equal to negative 9. Also no. So we check 6 pairs and only one pair work. It is a negative 2 and negative 10 here. So now we go to step 4. So we write it as x. Here we don't have an x, sorry, because we already changed the variable as t. We have a t subtract t1 times t subtract t2. And here we have a negative 2 and negative 10. So it means t subtract negative 2 times t subtract negative 10. Okay, and it becomes t plus 2 times t plus 10. Okay, so that's the final that's your answer. And after we find out factorization for t, now you need to return x squared, right? Because we already set t equal to x squared as above. So we need to return x. We need to write in form of x. So here we have a t plus 2 times t plus 10 equal to x squared plus 2 times x squared plus 10. And that's it. That's your final answer after you return the x variable, and it becomes your final answer here. So yeah, so for higher variable, you also do the same thing. So today, it is the lesson for today. The lesson for today is just to factor out an equation with a form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, next lesson we'll learn how to factor an equation by group things. Like we need to group, for example, if we don't have 3 terms, like if we have like 4 terms or 6 terms, let's say 4 terms, okay, because it sounds more common. So if we have 4 terms, so how can we group them? So and then also factor them. Okay, so that's the lesson for today. Bye bye.